an all new video. I am in Jaipur currently and this video is a very highly requested one because today I'm filming how I prepare, plan, shoot and execute all of my YouTube videos along with editing a very short 2-minute video for you towards the end. And in this video I'm also partnering with MSI and I have been using their Creator Series Z16P laptop for over 2 months now, and a lot of techies are actually calling this one of the best laptops for editing, and I will walk you through why it is so good for editing towards the editing segment of this video. But I must say that I've really truly enjoyed using it, and especially because it's touchscreen and it also comes with a pen. But I really want to make this video very value packed for all of you. So stay tuned and let's get started. Now, once you've locked in the duration of your trip and also the destination that you want to head to, get right into the research of that destination. Right from the places that you can visit within that destination, the activities that interest you, where do you want to eat, where do you want to shop at, and start by making a rough list and mark all these places on the map. Pick and choose places that at least interest you the most. Now, another benefit of putting things on the map is that you can start seeing where these destinations are located, and if they're based in the same general direction, you can start putting them in one club so that you don't put a certain activity or a certain destination in the day where you're visiting the opposite direction. So अगर आपने figure out कर लिया है कि आपको कौन सी जगह visit करनी है, also do a little bit of reading and learn a little bit about the cuisine, the history and the culture of the place that you're visiting, so that you can also talk to the camera and convey this information. So in our planned itinerary, what I did was कि the first day I put Patrika Gate, City Palace, Johari Bazaar and also a few places that I wanted to check out for eating. Like there are these cafes which are opposite Hawa Mahal. अब मुझे Hawa Mahal के अंदर तो नहीं जाना था because I've already done that once in the past. इसलिए मुझे इसके facade के साथ बैठ के एक meal खाना था. So I wanted to visit these cafes which are called Windview Cafe and Tattoo Cafe. Also, my favorite part of working out of a cafe is the MSI Creator's 16-inch display and QHD resolution, which has a refresh rate of 165 Hz. I don't end up missing my desktop back at home at all. And not only does this laptop come with high-end hardware for butter smooth performance for editing, but it is so easy to carry around that I also love working on it for casual research, looking through my emails and using it with the MSI pen. So the second day what I did was I planned places like Amer Fort, Panna Meena Ka Kund, Jaigarh Fort, Nahargarh Fort, in one particular day because they're all based in one direction in Jaipur. So the last stage of planning your travels is also planning the logistics. For example, in Jaipur, autos and e-rickshaws are very common when you're going within the same general area. जैसे कि अगर आपको Pink City के within ही घूमना है, you can obviously just call an auto or an e-rickshaw. Uber is also something which works there, so you can book an Uber auto or Uber cab. जैसे कि to go to Patrika Gate, I took an auto, and to go to places which are a little far away like Amer Fort, I booked an Uber cab. हमने आज के लिए एक दिन के लिए ये गाड़ी कर ली है. We found it through Uber initially, but then हमने सोचा कि चलो it'll be more convenient if you just have it for the entire day. One very important aspect of video planning is the storytelling. Like what is it that you exactly want to convey in the video? What is going to be the theme of the video? Jaipur is the kind of place where you see a lot of tourists come from all over the world, not just from India but also from different countries, because Rajasthan is a tourist hotspot and Jaipur, being the capital city, is very frequented by lots of people. And I feel that there are so many places to visit in Jaipur, but it can easily be done even in 2 days. My idea is conveying all of this information in the shortest way possible within 2 minutes and giving people a good itinerary that they can follow for their Jaipur visit. So ये तो हो गया हमारी वीडियो का idea. Second is how are you going to shoot it? मेरे साथ इस ट्रिप में माइकल भी है and as you can see, we are also doing a BTS segment of how we are filming this video. So that will cover how we shoot videos. And मैं काफ़ी सारी videos अपनी solo भी shoot करती हूँ, but having Michael on board is very good because he is an amazing cinematographer and we'll be able to do some really stunning videography for you today. And the first thing that I want to talk about is A-roll and B-roll. A-roll is anything when you're speaking to the camera or conveying any kind of information where you're doing either a piece to camera or where the camera is recording some kind of voice or which is connecting the story together. So all those kinds kinds of videos are called the A-roll. So now we are at our next location, which is the City Palace, and we've taken the royal tour over here. हमारे साथ एक guide भी है जो हमें explain करेंगे पूरे इस जगह के बारे में. Now here I have a pro tip for you. No matter how much research you do from the internet, always keep some room for speaking to the locals and letting them tell their story in their own words.
ये देखिए biggest silver vessels in the world. जयपुर के 9th नंबर किंग्स वही माधव सिंह सेकेंड धार्मिक प्रवृत्ति के राजा थे. पीने में ओनली गंगाजल काम में लेते थे. जो 1902 के अंदर इंग्लैंड गए थे किंग एडवर्ड 7 के राजत्व के अंदर, तो इसके अंदर गंगाजल लेके इंग्लैंड गए थे खुद के पीने के लिए. इसका एक का वेट 345 किलोग्राम एंड वाटर कैपेसिटी 2000 लीटर.
माय गुडनेस.
गिनीज बुक बाय शिप. गिनीज बुक के अंदर इसका वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड है. वर्ल्ड में इतना बड़ा चांदी का बर्तन कहीं नहीं है. 2 बने हुए हैं.
तो ये सब ए रोल में आता है. एंड वाइल दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बी रोल्स आर ऑल्सो इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड आप बी रोल बना सकते हैं सबसे पहले एक शॉर्ट लिस्ट क्रिएट करके. बाय शॉर्ट लिस्ट आई मीन जस्ट get a general sense of what all do you want to film and what all shots do you want to take and break it down in your head. जैसे कि अगर मैं इस जगह को आपको दिखाना चाहती हूँ, दीवाने खास को, I will make sure that I'll take at least a few close-ups of the walls, the chandeliers, the arches, just to show the beauty of this place, and a few really wide-angle shots जिसमें ये दिखे perspective आपको कि ये जगह दिखती कैसे है originally, and maybe a walking shot or two जिसमें मैं इस जगह पे टहल रही हूँ ताकि ये भी पता चले कि मैं actually इस जगह पे आई, I am present here. और इससे आपका एक अच्छा खासा बी रोल बन सकता है. एंड ये आप चीज़ एक फ़ोन पे बहुत इजीली शूट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि उसमें तो आपको मल्टी लेंसेज की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है. एक ही फ़ोन में वाइड, मीडियम और क्लोजअप शॉट सब हो जाते हैं. 3 things which you should always try and shoot in any travel video. One is a wide angle shot. Second is a little bit of a medium shot. And the third is something which is very close up, very zoomed in. Especially अगर आपके फ़ोन पे 3x setting है ना, please try and abuse that setting because it gives you the best kind of shots. And अगर आप कोई भी वीडियो short duration में कर रहे हो, it makes sense to add some transitions in that video, right? So I also want to in this video shoot some transitions. We are at our next location and अभी हम लोग decide करें कि हम लोग transition shot कहाँ ले. So we have options. एक ये बैकड्रॉप में अच्छी जगह लग रही है.
ये सबसे बेस्ट है क्योंकि इसमें इंसान आ रहा है और हमको वो गोल्डन आवर वाला लुक आता है.
या लेट्स गो.
एंड एक्शन.
Another point that I have for you while shooting videos to make your videos a little more interesting is that you can always add some motion to your camera. And whenever you're adding any motion to your handheld footage, make sure that you keep your motion very slow and fluid. So I've seen a lot of people, especially beginners and amateurs, they just hold their camera in their hand and wherever they're going, they just rolling the camera continuously. एक तो उससे आपकी space बहुत ज़्यादा बर्बाद होगी. And secondly, you're going to get a lot of motion in your footage and it's going to just shake a lot and you're not going to get anything which is usable. Now in this particular shoot, especially at Patrika Gate, we were also using a stabilizer and Michael was using a stabilizer to get some really nice shots. अगर आप स्टेबलाइजर न भी यूज़ करें तो भी आजकल के फोन्स में एटलीस्ट बहुत अच्छी इनबिल्ट स्टेबलाइजेशन होती है. एंड लास्टली व्हेन यू आर डन विद शूटिंग एवरीथिंग, ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट यू स्टार्ट बैकिंग अप योर मेमोरी कार्ड्स एट द एंड ऑफ ईच शूट डे so that you don't end up losing any footage later on. And the best part about this laptop is that it actually has a slot for a memory card because the previous laptops that I've used उसमें नहीं होता है and it's very inconvenient. And honestly, having this makes a lot of sense because this is an editor's laptop and I'm genuinely curious कि इसकी backup speed कितनी होगी. So let's try and back up our memory card and then check how much time it takes to back up on the go. So this is 31 GB. Let's check out the copy rate. So besides the one SD Express memory card reader, this laptop also has one Type A USB port, one Type C USB port, one Thunderbolt Type C charging port and one DC input for charging the laptop. What I always do is I back up all the footage based on the device that it was shot on so that it's very neatly organized and it can be easily looked at very quickly. And with this we come to the main meat of the video, which is editing the video itself. So now we're beginning with the editing process and this is where all the magic happens. जहाँ पे अपनी सारी फुटेज को एक साथ कंपाइल करके एक एक्चुअल वॉचेबल वीडियो बना सकते हो. Although I do trust that this laptop is going to do a fab job when it comes to editing, but obviously we are going to put it to test for our 2-minute 2-day Jaipur itinerary video. So the first thing that we're doing is looking for some very good music, because this is going to be a 2-minute combination of voiceover and music, and मुझे ऐसा लगता है good Indian music will go very good with the vibe of this video. So music selection is something which takes a lot of time and patience, and you have to keep trying to find the right fit for you for your edit. This process sometimes takes a lot of time, but you can also drag and drop some footage to your timeline on your editing software and see what's working out for you and how would you like to proceed with the edit. This sometimes works really well for finalizing the actual music once you're able to visualize the clips that are going really well with it. Also, you must realize that this is not a one-sitting job. Sometimes it takes hours and hours to finalize the edit and put everything together. Hi and welcome to my home cafe setup right now, and this is where we're going to continue with the rest of the editing process. So there are a lot of editing apps available in the market, but I particularly use Adobe Premiere Pro and Photoshop these days for my editing purposes, and I've been using them for the longest time. And the thing is that these kind of softwares require high-tech hardware to be able to function properly, and so it's really nice that we're using the MSI Creator Series Z16P laptop because it has such good tech. It has an Intel i7-12700H processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 Ti graphic card, 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, 2 TB of NVMe SSD. So needless to say that in terms of its CPU, this provides great performance. So I'm sitting outside and I'm not plugged into any power source at the moment, and there's no fan sound coming from the laptop whatsoever. But let's see how that changes when we turn on our editing software. And talking of editing, for any software, the basic principle is the same, that you import all the footage and then you start by placing it on your timeline, and then you start by chopping off all the things that you don't really need. Like if you're talking or saying something which is not really irrelevant to your edit, you can always cut it off. So first we are going to import the music file into our editing software and place it on our timeline, and then bring in all the footage that we finally selected. This is your Jaipur 2-day itinerary in 2 minutes. Let's go. And for the B-roll file, select the best part of the footage and start placing it on your timeline. And if you can just basically cut it to beats, that's the easiest way of making any edit. In this edit, because I'm giving you a tutorial, we've decided, especially Michael came up with this idea, that not only are we using in-camera transitions which are already shot, but also using some transitions which we are going to create in the editing software. So for that, we're going to be using Photoshop to make some cutouts of video elements that were shot previously and adding it to layer it up with our video. So this is the first image that I'm working with, and as you can see, it has really nice symmetric pillars in the image. And iske liye we're going to first select the quick selection tool, and with quick selection what you can do is you can just select the cutout very easily, and this is something that I use for creating cutouts on thumbnails as well. And using the MSI pen over here is so seamless. Even if you're doing any kind of brush ups to your photos, or if you're just looking to edit your photos more professionally, or for all kinds of photo editing, this is very helpful. And when you're traveling, you don't need to carry like a separate pen tablets, a separate laptop, and then also edit on your phone. You can do it all in one place on your laptop. So after making your entire selection of the picture, go to select and mask, and then go to output and select new layer. So what this will do is create a transparent layer of the image that you want to finally export. You can also use an eraser tool to clean up the image wherever the output was not as nice as expected. And once you're done with cleaning up the entire image, you just have to save it as a PNG. Okay, so now our cutout is ready, and what we're going to do is we are going to import it into Premiere Pro and then place it on top of our video. And first I'm going to be placing it, and uske baad I'm just going to time the footage, the actual footage from where we've taken this cutout, in such a way that it appears exactly once the cutout is brought into the frame. And for this cutout, we're using keyframes. So when you do more in-depth tutorials of Adobe Premiere Pro, you'll realize that keyframes are very useful for creating in-software animations. So for example, you want to move something from left to right, or you want to bring something into the frame suddenly. So you keyframe it in a way that one end of the keyframe is at the initial position and the second end of the keyframe is at the final position. And that is how we're going to bring this picture into frame. So now that we have the keyframes ready and the picture is dropping into the frame at the right point, we just attach the final footage, and this is what the effect is going to look like. And after editing for a really long time, this is what the final timeline looks like. We already have some in-camera transitions, some software transitions, and we're ready to export the video. I normally set the export settings to 1080p high quality export and then write the name that I want the final file to have. For this particular edit, it approximately took 1 minute to render the file. Also, if you would notice, abhi bhi fan ka bilkul sound nahi aa raha. And the laptop is not heated at all, so the rendering process is going pretty well. And the video is successfully exported. This is your Jaipur 2-day itinerary in 2 minutes. Let's go. So if you want to spend a perfect day in Jaipur, here is everything that you need to know. First, start your morning at Patrika Gate and go over here early in the morning to avoid the crowd. This is an ideal place to see the beauty, the vibrancy and the morning life of Jaipur. From here, head to City Palace and opt for the Royal Tour. You will be taken to places like the Blue Room and also the Sheesh Mahal, Shobha Nivas, where you will truly feel like royalty. Next, after City Palace, head to Tapri Central. Here you will get to taste all the goodness of street food in a cafe-like setting. And trust me, the food is just delicious. Also, you can enjoy a really beautiful sunset at this location. After Tapri Central, if you still have some energy left, head to Johari Bazaar. Over here, you can shop for jewelry, for clothes, for blankets, and truly, this is one of the best places to shop at in Jaipur. Start day 2 at Panna Meena Ka Kund, which is on the way to Amer Fort. And once you're done enjoying the symmetric stepwell, Amer Fort awaits you, which gives you beautiful city vistas, symmetric gardens, and an immersion into the history of Jaipur. This is the kind of place where you can spend hours and hours in just admiring the place. Next, we head to Jaigarh Fort, and believe me, this was my favorite place for the gorgeous vistas that we are surrounded with. And after here, we head to Nahargarh Fort for a beautiful sunset. And don't forget to wait till it gets fully dark, because what's better than ending your day with these eclectic city lights? Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you have a lot of takeaways from everything that I shared today. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit that like button. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell notification icon. And I will see you next time with a whole new video. Let me know if you also ended up making a travel video after watching this. Bye bye.